Hi, this is Crystal Horton. For my blended learning lesson plan, my students are creating and advertising a sensory invention for their PBL project, and they are going to take what they did on their web quest, all of their research, and then they're going to be using that in this blended learning lesson plan. So, one of the stations, they will be watching the Ed Puzzle, which is going to be focused on the different advertising techniques, and they'll answer formative questions that are embedded in that video throughout. When they are finished, they should be able to analyze and critique how the author uses structures in print and multimedia text to craft informational and argument writing. So they're looking at the techniques of bandwagon appeal and testimonial, and they're also learning about different loaded words that are used in advertisements. The second station that they will be participating in is they will be conferencing with me, the teacher, to share their idea board for their sensory disability invention and their ideas for their advertisement. So they researched in the web quest about sensory disabilities. They're taking that information and they are going to use it to help them come up with their own invention. So they're going to conference with me. I'm going to provide support with them to make support to them to make sure everyone is in agreement about the direction of the project and what they want to create. I will provide support making sure that they have cited their sources correctly throughout their research. Um, I will make sure that their research is organized into categories such as quotes, ad examples, sensory disability facts, and invention ideas. And then I will also provide support discussing with them what their publishing options are for when they create their advertisement. They can use Canva, Animaker, Flipgrid to make a commercial, or they can make a poster. So, one of their learning outcomes for this portion is to apply techniques of articulation, adequate volume, eye contact, facial expressions, posture, gestures, and space. Take one's own turn in a respectful way. So, this is one of their communication standards that they'll be working on. They will also participate for one of their stations in a Google Meet or a face to face conference, depending on how we're able to schedule it, with a professional from a marketing company for advice on creating an advertisement and tips for pursuing an advertising career. Their learning outcome is to participate in discussions, ask and respond to questions to acquire information concerning a topic, text, or issue. I will provide support with the technology if they need to use the Google Meet, and I will also provide support for students to make sure that their questions are planned and relevant. I have linked that marketing company in my lesson plan. The fourth station, they will be working with a partner to read and watch advertisements, discuss and evaluate the claims, and complete the media log. Their learning outcome is to analyze and critique how the author uses structures in print and multimedia text to craft informational and argument writing. So they're actually taking what they learned about in their Ed puzzle and they are applying it to this. So they're going to have four different advertisement examples. There's two commercials and then two print. They're looking for what type of technique the advertiser used. So is it bandwagon or testimonial? And then did they notice any of those loaded words? So they have a media log that they're going to be recording some of that information that they find. The fifth station is where they will plan and draft for creating their advertisement that uses one of the techniques discussed in the Ed Puzzle lesson. They are required to either use the bandwagon technique or the testimonial and then use some of the loaded words that they learned about in their advertisements. I will provide support to students by reviewing their rubric and providing tech support to them. The last station is peer editing advertisement gallery walk, where they will give a glow and a grow to each group. So they are going to be using the ideas of others to help them with their advertisement. I will provide support for students who need help recording their feedback so that it is understood. Some of the resources, they'll have an editing checklist and then also their rubric for their advertisement. So in this lesson plan, everything is intertwined. For the project, they started out with that web quest where they did their research, learned about sensory disabilities, and now they're moving into the second phase with the blended learning lesson plan, and everything in this lesson plan kind of works together.